Jai Hind all. Myself Varun Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Ajay Kumar Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we are discussing the one topic of software engineering, that is need of software engineering, component of software engineering, characteristic and software crisis. So we are discussed that what is the software engineering. Software engineering is defined as a process of analyzing user requirement, testing of software application which will satisfy the user all the user requirements. So why software engineering so popular? That software engineering consists of first step is the gathering the requirement of the user, and then after that we analyze that particular system and design for user requirement and code them, then deploy on the client side and continuously updating the software for the betterment of the user requirements. The why we are so popular that software engineering for the larger software in our real life, it is quite more comfortable to build a wall than a house of building. In the same manner as the size of software becomes large, software engineering help us to build the software. So we need a particular technique when the software size is too large. Second property is the scalability. If the software development process were based on the scientific and engineering concept, it is easier to recreate new software to scale an existing one with minimum effort. And next point is the adaptability. Whenever the software process was based on the scientific and engineering, it is easy to recreate new software with the help of the software engineering. Whenever the environment is changed of the software or operating environment is changed for the user, then minimum effort is required to adapt those particular changes of the software. So that is the beauty of the software. That is another point is the cost. Hardware industry has shown its skill, and huge manufacturing has lowered the cost of the computer and electronics hardware. The next point is the dynamic nature of the software. So always growing, it is depend on the environment in which the user work. So always the nature and environment is changed. So software engineering is good for whenever the environment is changed. Then next point is the quality management. Software engineering offer the better method of software development to provide the quality software product. It ensures that your product is the quality product. Then there is the various component of the software. That the first one is the program. A computer program is a list of instructions that tell a computer what to do. And documentation is a source information about the product containing in the design document, detailed code, command, etc., etc., etc. And operating procedure instruction compiled by an organization to help workers carry out complex routine operations. Then code, the instruction that a computer execute in order to perform a specific task or set of tasks is known as code. And data, the information that the software user use or manipulate, or we take some input from the databases, or the user whatever may be the input from the keyboards and other sources are there that are treated as a data. And user interface, the means of by which the user interact with the software, such as button, menus and text field, and in any form of GUI, graphical user interface. Then next is the library. That is the pre-written code that can be reused by the software to perform a common task. And one more important component of the software is the manual. That is the information that explain how to use and how to maintain the software, such as a user manual and the technical guide comes along with the many different kind of product having their own manuals. Car also has its own manuals, that it have the 4 wheels and dimension and all the things are written in the manual. Then next is the test cases. A set of inputs execution conditions and expected output that are used to test the software for the correctness and the reliability of the software. These two parameters of the quality factors of the software, which comes under the test cases, we generate the set of test cases such that our software is more and more correct. Configuration files, then files that contain settings and parameters that are used to configure the software to run in a specific environment. The next point is the build and deployment. Scripts and tools that are used to build, packaging and deploying the software to the different environment. That is the building and deployment. Next is the metadata. Metadata is data about data. It means information about the software such as version number, author, copyright, who is developed this, in which condition it is developed. These are these various components of softwares. Now we are discussing the characteristic of a good software. There is three different type of characteristics for every software must satisfy the following attributes. One is the operational, and another one is the transitional, and last one is the maintenance. So in three different category we have the different type of characteristic. For operational, the budget. The main focus on the budget. The software must be in the budget. Software must be efficient, usability, dependability, correctness, functionality, safety and security. These all are the operational characteristic of the software. So let's take one by one. We are discussing that usability, the extent of effort required to learn, operate and understand the function of the software, that is the usability. Then another one is the efficiency, the amount of hardware resources and code of the software need to perform a particular function, that is the efficiency. Then correctness, the extent to which a software meet its requirement specification, whatever written in the SRS, software requirement specification document, our software must meet all those requirements after verification and validation, all the requirements of the user. Then last one is the transitional characteristic, that is the interoperability and reusability, portability and adaptability. That is the interoperability, the effort required to integrate two systems with one another. It means software engineering or a good software always reduce the software engineer's effort. You require the minimum effort to integrate two modules with them. So interoperability is high. So reusability, the extent to which the program code can be reused in other application. We must code like this, that this can be used in the future. Then portability, the effort required to transfer a particular program from one platform to the another platform, and program may not be changed. Then adaptability, ability to getting adapted to the reasonable extent with the changing requirement, either it is of environmental change or hardware change or etc., whatever may be. So ability to getting adapted to a reasonable extent with the changing of requirements. So that is the most important factor of the maintenance part, that is the adaptability. That is the maintenance, that is the flexibility, maintainability, modularity and scalability. So what is flexibility? The ability of the system to respond to the uncertainty in a way that allow it to function normally. That is the flexibility. And maintainability, the ease with which a software system or a component can be modified to correct fault, improve performance or other attributes, or adapt to the change in environment. Modularity means the software component that are being created by dividing the software into the small components or small pieces, which is called the modules. Scalability, the measure of the system ability to increase or decrease in performance and the cost of response to change in the application and the system processing demands. So, what is software crisis? We are discussing some point about the software crisis. The software crisis is a term used in the computer science for the difficulty of writing useful and efficient computer program in the required time. The software crisis was due to the using same workforce, same method, same tool, even through rapidly increasing in software demand, the complexity of software and software challenges. With the increase in the complexity of software, many software problems arise because existing methods were insufficient to solve those problems. So, if we will use the same workforce, same methods and same tool after fast increasing in software demand, software complexity and software challenges, then there arise some problem like software budget problems, software efficiency problem, software quality problems, software managing and delivering problems, etc. These conditions are called a software crisis. The main reason of the software crisis: increase in demand, increase complexity, increase challenges, same workforce, same method, same tools. The cause of software crisis: the cost of owning and maintaining software was as expensive as developing the software. At that time, projects were running over the time. At that time, software was very inefficient. The quality of software was low quality. Software often did not meet user requirement. The average software project overshoot its schedule by half of its original time. At that time, the software was never delivered. Non-optimal resource utilization, difficult to alter, debug and enhance. The software complexity is harder to change. The factor which contributing the software crisis, that is the poor project management, lack of adequate training in software engineering, less skilled project members, low productivity improvements. So, solution of software crisis: reduction in software over budget. Okay. Then the quality of software must be high, less time to be needed for a software project. Experienced and skilled people work over the software project. Software must be delivered at any cost, at any time. Software must meet user requirement. This is the most important factor, that is the software must meet user requirements. And next topic is the software engineering process and the conventional engineering process. How it is the difference between the conventional process and the software engineering process. The software engineering process is a process which majorly involves computer science, information technology and discrete mathematics. Otherwise, conventional engineering process is a process which majorly involves science, mathematics and empirical knowledge. And software engineering is mainly related with the computer programming, written codes, writing codes, programming, building applications. Although the conventional process is the machines, car, buildings, etc. In software engineering process, construction and development cost is very low. But in conventional engineering process, the construction and development cost is very high. And in software engineering, it involves the application of new an untested element in the software project. But conventional engineering process usually applies only known and tested principle to meet product requirement. And fifth point is the software engineering process. Most development effort goes into the building a new design and new feature. Otherwise, in conventional engineering process, most of the development and are required to change old designs. In software engineering, it is emphasized on quality, but conventional processes emphasize on mass production. So, the last topic is the software quality attributes. This is the McCauley software quality attributes. There is three parts of this particular triangle, that is the product operation, then product transition, then product revision. These type of the characteristics we are required at the type of the product construction, and when we transit that particular product to the client, then these properties are required, that is portability, reusability, interoperability, and product revision. If we deliver a particular software to the user, we continuously improve our product and updates we send to the client. So, we have to maintain maintainability, flexibility, and testability. We are discussed one by one. That first one is the product operation. The property, the characteristics of the product operation is the correctness, that the extent to which a particular software meet its requirement specification. The second point is the efficiency. Efficiency, the amount of hardware resources and code of the software need to perform a particular function, that is the efficiency. The next one is the integrity, the extent to which the particular software can control an unauthorized person from the accessing of data or the software. Then reliability, the extent to which a particular software perform its intended function without failure, and we measure the reliability in terms of mean time between two failures, that is MTBF. Then usability, the extent of effort required to learn, operate, and understand the function of the software. So, we must know that if usability of our software is high, the client or customer easily understand our particular software. Then product revision, then maintainability. The first characteristic is the maintainability, the effort required to detect and correct an error during the maintenance phase. Then next is the flexibility, the effort needed to improve an operational software programs. Then next one is the testability, the effort required to verify a software to ensure that it meets the specified requirements. Then next is the product transition, that is the portability. The first is the portability, the effort required to transfer a program from one platform to another. Okay, whenever we transfer our files, programs, and softwares and etc. from the one point to the another point, that must be a portable. The minimum effort is required to transfer from one point to the another point. So, there is portability is high for that particular software. Reusability, the extent to which the program code can be reused in other application also. So, we develop our code is such like that we develop some code and we reuse that particular code in some other project or other software development process. So, the cost is divided into the many parts. So, our budgeting problem is also solved by reusability. If our reusability is high, then cost of the software is the reduced for the client. Interoperability, the effort required to integrate two systems with another is called interoperability. Okay, thank you.